Left 4 Dead 1 was released in 2008 to critical acclaim. It was released during an era where zombie games were all too common and were soon to become even more common. However, among the crowd, Left 4 Dead always seemingly stood out, and I think part of that is thanks to Valve and how they marketed the game. As seen with many other products of theirs, they have really good ways of introducing mechanics in their SFMs, their trailers, and their gameplay reveals. They have good ways of just showing everything off, and the cinematic trailer for whenever you load up Left 4 Dead 1 is no different. It introduces you to numerous aspects of the game before you even touch it. Without having a keen eye for those details, most would actually go unnoticed, but it does a really good job, and I feel like there needs to be an analysis video on it. So here we are, and here I am today, and forgive me for stuttering, because I'm not Matt Pat, I'm not Austin, I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I think it's cool, and I want to do it. So without further ado, here's my analysis of the Left 4 Dead cinematic intro.
Hold up. Ain't seen anything like this before.
Jesus, don't let that stop you from smearing it all over yourself.
Almost from the get-go, the trailer shows us the grisly atmosphere that we'll be playing throughout our time on Left 4 Dead. It proceeds to introduce us to the four main survivors, as well as fill in the archetype for Bill and Francis, if only partially for Francis. It shows Bill as the leader archetype, as he tells everyone to hold up, and they do. The trailer gives us just a little bit of personality for both Francis and Bill, with Bill being the more, obviously, stuck-up old man that has more experience, and if you think you have more, he will make sure you know you don't. While Francis is just kind of all-around a jackass, who ensures that everyone is annoyed when he's there, which is why he's such a great character. After introducing us to both Francis, Bill, and the atmosphere, the trailer proceeds to show us and acknowledge that the zombies are changing and mutating thanks to the green flu virus, which is the zombie virus in Left 4 Dead.
They're changing.
God damn it, Bill! Oh, it stinks!
Someone's still alive.
Over there.
Hello? Hello? It's okay. We're gonna...
The trailer shows off even more personality for the survivors before moving on to showing off the Witch, which is one of the boss archetypes of Left 4 Dead, which I'm sure most people here know, but for the basics, gotta add that little detail. With beautiful precision, it shows off how you aggro the Witch with the light as well as loud sounds. Not only does the trailer introduce you to the Witch mechanics, but also introduces you to the Horde mechanics, which can spawn at any given time in the game. Nothing really of note happens here except for the beautiful animation of Lewis nearly being killed by the Witch, as well as the zombies swarming the survivors. However, that is soon to change whenever the second special infected we see is introduced. From a canopy not far above the survivors, a smoker is shown pulling in Bill as it wraps his tongue around him and pulls him back from the crowd. This shows off beautifully how you're also going to have to watch the buildings as well as eye view to ensure that you don't get smokered from above.
Merry Christmas.
Again, nothing really of note happens up until Zoe throws a pipe bomb, which shows off how the pipe bomb will work in-game. The pipe bomb, for those who do not know, is an item that is used commonly by survivors and found all around the map to lure zombies away from their current position, usually in order to progress, or if a horde just overcomes them and they need a simple breather.
This is gonna get bad.
As the trailer continues, it shows Lewis run away from the other three survivors, all by himself, to chase down a helicopter, which he shows us beautifully that yelling at a helicopter will not cause it to come land, because it probably can't hear you, and I'm glad he showed this off. You know, it's very important for the gameplay. However, in all seriousness, I don't know if this is intended or not, but they show how the AI director will spawn infected that can encap you very easily when you separate or intentionally separate from your teammates. After Zoe somehow comes to save Lewis at Mach speed, which her bot is completely incapable of doing, they proceed to waste a bunch of pistol ammo in taking down the hunter as it lands onto the back of a car trunk. The car trunk then starts beeping. This leads us into another beautifully shown off mechanic, which is the car alarms throughout the game. If it is touched by a survivor or shot, it will go off and attract a horde. In my personal time, I've had it where car alarms spawn more zombies during that type of horde rather than normal horde. I'm not sure if that's how it is meant to be, but if that is, then this shows it off perfectly with how dozens upon dozens upon dozens of zombies just start flooding through the city.
Run or shoot. Run or shoot! Whoa! Get to the rock!
The trailer proceeds to show the tank sling a car from one end of the road to the other before completely disregarding the common infected. It perfectly shows off the behavior / personality as well as the abilities of the tank. This portion is one of the best portions when it comes to the mechanics that they showed off, as well as the ways that you're supposed to play the game, in a sense. The game is meant to be played together, as a team. So teamwork is obviously going to be a must-have if you are suspected to win on expert difficulty. However, back on topic, it shows the tank's other ability, the rock throw, as he completely decimates the stairway that's on the building. As I said earlier, teamwork and co-op is going to be required if you want to expect to actually win expert difficulty. With that being said, Bill once again shows that off by taking the aggro from the tank and the zombies off of the other three survivors. Once Bill finds himself in a pickle, Zoe appears once more with her dual pistols and begins mowing down zombies as well as trying to shoot the tank. This shows off how she is undoubtedly the best character besides Bill in the entire Left 4 Dead franchise. Zoe once again takes the aggro from the tank from Bill as Bill proceeds to climb up to safety. As Bill is climbing to safety, the tank decides that he too wants to climb to safety. It shows off how the tank will stop at no ends to kill the survivors. And once again, beautifully, it shows off how you're not going to be able to be a one-man army as Zoe gets almost killed by the tank before being saved by Francis. Again, highlighting teamwork.
We made it! believe we made it.
Son, we just crossed the street. Let's not throw a party till we're out of the city.
That about does wrap up my analysis video, but if you did enjoy, make sure to rate and comment. And I'm sure this video is pretty needless, but for people who just watch it without actually having played the game or know much about it, it does show off quite a lot of the mechanics, which you'll get quite commonly used to while playing the games. If you haven't, I do highly suggest going back and playing the original Left 4 Dead. It's the best Left 4 Dead. Hashtag I'm not a hipster, but you know, it's up to you. I can't force it. Go play it right now. You have no choice. Go play it. Buy it. It's only $10.